Alright, ready for one of my oddities? I like to eat like croissant roll dough straight from the can. So when I fix them, that's right. When I fix them, I usually end up like eating some and then cooking some. I just went to Whole Foods and I was like, I kind of feel like eating croissant dough. So I was like, whatever, screw it, I'm gonna do it. So I am. So I hope you can hear me. I'm not holding the little thing. I am. That's another thing I should get fixed at some point. Like Bluetooth, I don't know. I'm just trying to deal with that. Because Dave didn't like install it right. I could go take it to get it fixed, right? But I don't. This little like Bluetooth thing is like hangs down. It's not like wherever it's supposed to be. Because he's dysfunctional and doesn't do stuff right. Has really poor follow through, like installing it at an angle. Anyhow, I still ended up breaking down crying about being broke to my therapist. That's what she's there for, right? Like, with you, I felt like I was just, like, bitching and moaning, and then with her, the tears they just started flowing. There was no stopping them. And then I need to be like, it's okay to cry. Like, it's okay. It's okay to feel emotional. It's okay, right? Like, I get mad at myself for feeling emotional and tell myself I shouldn't feel that way. And I feel like that's an old pattern, though, too. But at the same time, I don't want to have to cry about stuff to feel like I'm heard. But yet, it's okay to cry, right? Like, I let my kids cry all the time. Like, it's good. Let them get it out. So, and I always say that, like, after a good cry is when I have, like, the best stuff that happens, right? So, I need to stop being so hard on myself about emotional release. So, she had an amazing suggestion, an amazing, like, aha moment that I think will come to fruition, but I think I'm just going to sit back and let it transpire and know that I know what I do for a living is going to be changing. Like, it's not going to be the patients that come to the clinic to come and see me. It's not. And so I was telling her, I keep seeing planes, like, all the time. She's like, planes in, like, you know, like, a certain area or something. I'm like, no. Like, literally, I just see planes all the time. Like, the second I step out, like, outside my door, there's a plane. Like, the moment I step outside my door, there's a plane. Like, I just feel like they're overhead constantly. Like, constantly. And then I don't even know how it, like, transpired. We recorded the session, but I don't know if it saved the recording of the session, because it said it was being recorded. Because I guess Zoom automatically does that, but then she just deletes it. And she was like, I'll check and see if it's saved. So I'm not sure if it did or not. But for some reason I wanted to ask, like, if she saved this one, because I feel like it was, like, a very pivotal moment, like a very integral moment in whatever's transpiring. And I did get a message on the Pattern app, and, like, at the top it says, like, stop trying so hard, or, like, you're trying too hard, or something like that. I don't know, I screenshot it. I was like, okay, universe, I get it. I'm trying too hard. I need to just fucking sit back, relax, and just let things play out, right? But it's really hard to just sit back and let things play out when you're behind on your mortgage and paying your kid's teacher. But they are also trying to figure out, like, Hobbs scholarship for the month, so the amount that we owe is also going to be changing. So, like, hopefully it's not as big of a deal because things are going to change after, you know, the scholarship. But I guess they need certain documentation from Dave, so they're working on it or whatever. So, and he never pays on time anyways. He always pays, like, ridiculously late. But I don't like to do that. I do not like that feeling. I do not like to be behind. So, anyway, she goes, well, maybe you're meant to go down there and work with the trauma, like, victims, patients, the people, you know, that were in the collapse. And I got, like, major goosebumps, like, major. Like, okay, I can see that. I would definitely find that. I don't know yet, like, what I would do. I'm sure they can use me for something. Like, I'm sure people down there, like, she's like, I'm sure people are hurting. And obviously, like, having been through, like, you know, like, worked with a lot of patients with car accidents and having been in my own car accident, my own trauma, and my own whatever, NDE, spiritual awakening, whatever the hell that was, mystical experience after mystical experience, like, whatever it is, you know, that all happened, I'm sure those people are going through some crazy mystical experiences of their own, and I'm sure they're confused, and I'm sure they're hurting, and, you know, I've got a lot of really amazing qualities that I could offer to something like that, like, and she said they pay really well because it's funded by the government. Alright, I could definitely see me doing something like that. But then I remembered somebody else told me, and I don't know, it's 925, 92.5 is my mileage. It seems filling my gas. And I'm talking about this, right? So then I remembered somebody else telling me about a plane crash, and I keep seeing planes everywhere. And then my therapist said something about, like, a hurricane that's going on right now. And I was like, okay, so I don't know, maybe it is the Miami condo collapse, maybe it's, I mean, there's a bunch of fires going on around here right now, like in AJ, like, and I mean, we know, like, what I went through. My arm looked like a freaking burn victim, like, burn patient, burn, like, whatever you want to call it, like, my arm straight up looked like I had been burned. So when it comes to that feeling and how it feels to heal, I know what that feels like. I mean, was I actually in a fire? No. Did it feel like I had been in one? Yeah. And I even, like, remember telling you, like, it felt like I broke out in, like, an insane heat rash. And then parts of my arm, it was weird because it was like a heat rash and a burn and psoriasis. Like, it was all of the above. So I just ate half of a roll of croissants. Now I'm, like, full. But that was very tasty. So she was telling me, my therapist was telling me that it was it the 9/11 thing that she said? That somebody had actually approached her to go work with the trauma victims. But she was, like, literally 6 weeks postpartum and was like, no, sorry, like, I can't do it. Like, her dad was friends with the attorney that helped build the buildings or something like that. She told me the story and now I can't remember. But basically, like, I was like, how the heck did that work out? That somebody, like, just approached you and asked you. And I was like, wow, that's cool. And I was like, so I feel like when this is, like, meant to be, that's, like, you know, maybe why I'm slowing down with patients on my schedule, because they're just not going to come in anymore. And then bam, I'm going to be presented with this offer to go work with trauma victims from some trauma that is like, it's like all transpiring right now, right? And maybe the ones down in Florida, or maybe that was just like a synchronicity to get my attention. And then the planes and the plane crash, and then my therapist mentioning the hurricane, and, you know, so, yeah. So I'll keep you posted on what on earth, you know, of course. But I'm still going to go listen to your last video. I'm going to go home and make a ginormous double batch of chili and listen to your video, and hopefully finish listening to that Anita Moorjani, the Dying to Be Me book, because I feel like I need to finish that too. So, I love you. Maybe sometimes I just need to cry about it. Right? I need to stop feeling bad for having emotions. I seriously just need to stop feeling bad for being emotional and feeling sad or defeated, or like, it's okay to feel that way, because then that's what lets the universe know that you don't want to feel that way, right? I love you.